Hari?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Hari. 6:10 start பண்ணிடலாமா?
Sir. Okay, sir.
ஓகேம்மா, சார் கூட வந்துட்டாங்க போல இருக்கு. வெல்கம் ப்ரோக்ராம் சார்.
Hello, hi. Hello, sir.
Yes. Yes. Are you going to present any PPT?
No, it will be me.
Okay. In case if you have anything to share, you can actually post some information so that it may not be blank, so that you can talk on behalf of such things.
Okay. I do not have a presentation in hand.
No problem. No problem. Nothing to worry about. We can
Okay.
just have the presentation, just the posters alone to be displayed there.
Sure,
Hari,
sure.
Hari, you can post the posters in case if it is blank. So instead your photo would be visible, right? Your video is on, so that we can visualize your face. Nothing to worry about. Yes.
Sure. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so initially we would have an introduction. So after that we can go ahead with the session.
Yeah.
Okay. Hari?
Sir.
Yes, the people would be connecting. Can you just remove that joining and ending that sound alone, so that everyone whoever comes in, they need not. Okay, slowly people can join, so you can start up. It's already 6.
Samina, let's start.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay. A warm good evening. Evening to one and all present here. We are gathered here on the occasion of World 2023. I'll welcome you will be grand successful with your support. Now, without any delay, let us start our program. The Institution of Engineers India, established in 1920 and incorporated by Royal Character in 1935 and recognized as the Scientific and Industrial Research Organization by Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India, and we are happy to present in this grand occasion. India Tiruvallur Local Center initiated in the year 2017 and executed the following tagged events titled as IEI Monthly Technical Lecture, IEI Statutory Day Celebration, IEI Battery, IEI International Seminars, IEI Tesla Awards, and IEI Intex. As on date, nearly 1,300 plus professional members, 22 plus student chapters, and organized 150 plus events with 3,500 participants and 20,000 plus views in the YouTube channel. In the line with this, today we all gathered here for World Telecommunication and Information Society Day, titled as Empowering the Least Developed Countries Through Information and Communication Technologies. By Thiru Raghuvaram Alami. Before entering into a program, let we know about what students thinking about the empowering the least developed countries through information and communication technologies. Now I'm honored to invite you to be the guest speaker at World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2023. Now I call upon the guest speaker to give his valuable speech.
Thank you, team, for having me. It's a great honor to address everybody in this very occasion. Now that we are here for the occasion of the Telecommunication and Information Society, celebrating, addressing, and acknowledging the how far we have come in this industry. Let us. I just have a quick couple of questions. Is everybody in the electrical and electronics department, or how many of you are in electrical and relevant department? I hope all of you are engineers because we are with IEI today. Yeah, you can raise your hand to answer the question. Any electrical students? Great, thanks, Nitesh. Thank you. Yes, so I'm a mechanical student myself. Uh, I have a quick introduction in the mechanical domain, but very much more interested in the business side of things, and trying to learn, understand, and trying to build something of my own is how I started off having these internships done and everything in the marketing domain, right? So this webinar will consist of how telecommunication, and if you're planning to build something, if you have ideas to build a product, if you have ideas to solve a problem, how can we monetize it? How can we make that a business? This webinar will give you some insights into what you must consider while much before you enter into wanting to even have a business of your own. What are the things that can go wrong? What are the things that you can do as a part of your initial research? These are some of the things that we will discuss. My very question to all of you, anybody who's interested, anybody who wants to get into business, anybody, someday I want to have a business of my own, any of you like that, do raise your hand to let me know. Yeah, amazing, amazing. Are there more business aspirants, entrepreneurial? Great, Ashwin. Yeah, great, Lokesh. Hitarthi, thanks. Thank you. So this webinar is going to help you a lot. Yeah, thank you. Pranava, thanks. Yeah. So before we hop into understanding the business end, how telecommunication products can make money, right? And let's also discuss some case studies in this webinar. But before that, can I give a very simple idea, a very simple understanding of what telecommunication is? Telecommunication has two ends. One, the information sender or the information source, and the other would be the information receiver or the user, right? Everything that we do in our day-to-day lives are are now revolving around telecommunication in a way, by which I mean that if I have to say, how did you get the link to this webinar, right? The link has been sent through a platform which helps communicate, that is in the telecommunication industry. I hope it's Instagram or LinkedIn or WhatsApp through which you got the Zoom link. Again, Zoom itself as a platform, when we think about, it's one-to-many discussion that's going on. In this webinar, I'm talking to 30, 40 of you guys. And how is that happening, right? This again is me being the information source from this end. There is information sent, and on the other end, on your behalf, the information is being received. And that is the very simple idea of telecommunication. And now, if that's how simple the idea is, how are we still having hundreds and hundreds of products in this industry? Is it just about texting from one end? Is it? Yeah.
Secondary.
Yeah. Is it just about, if it's just about sending messages from one end to another, why is it so that we have so many of these products? Let's discuss, right? So now that have we understood the importance of telecommunication? Telecommunication is for information to flow from point A to point B, right? Right. One of the very good examples to which is WhatsApp. What WhatsApp does is end-to-end communication. I'm sending a message on one end and the receiver finds it on the other end. And likewise, right? And that's how chatting works, telecommunication. And before we jump into how a product should be built in telecommunication, understand that any product in this industry has to start with identifying a problem statement. Understand, oh, so I can, for example, during COVID, right? Till then there was WhatsApp, there were so many of these platforms by which I can virtually talk to a friend, I can virtually talk to my teacher, to my family and everything. However, why was it important for a platform like Zoom or a platform like Google Meet to show up? Why was it so important? It was because, yeah, excuse me. I hope, yeah, thank you for muting. Yeah, again, despite there being platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Meta, and all of these, why is it so important for a Zoom website to show up? Because there was a problem that was identified during COVID that physically a teacher cannot deliver to 40 students in a class. If not physically, it has to be done virtually, right? If it's a 1 year time frame for classes to run in a school, how should it happen? How would it happen otherwise? Zoom came up that way. Zoom identified that problem of virtually a teacher on one end should be able to deliver the lecture to 40 students on the other end. Identifying the problem statement is the first very key step. Don't jump into an industry. Don't say, I want to work in the telecommunication industry. I want to build a product there. Identify the problem and then say, yes, because this problem belongs to telecommunication, I will be working in the telecommunication industry, right? So identifying the problem again is the most important thing. Now, Zoom has identified a problem that this isn't happening. Now, we're not just talking about telecommunication, a technical product or a software as a service to work. We are talking about not just this, we are also talking about it making money in this webinar, because we are talking about development of um, development in least developed countries. We want to enhance telecommunication and these ideologies. So somewhere development comes with monetizing, right? So how do we not just capture an idea, but have, how do we not just have an idea, but also make business out of it? So once that we have identified a problem statement, the next very thing that we'll do is research. What is research? If anybody would like to add on to the discussion, please raise your hand. I'll call out your name and you can tell me what you think research is. What do I mean when I say research? Anybody here who wants to unmute and contribute to the discussion, please do let me know. I hope all of you are aware that this is a certificate webinar. You'll be getting e-certificates. So participation will really do add on, right? So, right. Guys, all engineers here, what do I mean by research? Let's say market research, technical research, whichever way. What is research according to you? Naveed, Mohit, anybody? Yeah, Pranava, please.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I
Hi.
think I think that research means going in depth of the very concept of what we are going. So if we say like a technical aspect or in from scientific approach, if we take a cell, if I go deeper into it and if I gain new insights and knowledge from it, if I gain something from that which a normal person doesn't know about it, then that is called as research.
Good. Very good. Yes, Hitarthi. I'll add on to these points. Yes, Hitarthi. Yeah. Do you have something to add? Okay. Anyway, while we are waiting, Lokeshwaran just said, careful study of something to find out more information about particular things. Very generalized, very nice, very great, good way to put it, right? So when I say research, it comes with an objective first. Okay, I want to know more, but what do I want to know more about? Why do I want to know more about it? For, let's say, Zoom itself, identifying a problem statement happened. Oh, one-to-many video conference is something that they wanted to build, right? So something like that needs to be built. Now, second thing that comes is, will people really buy it? Okay, if I spend all my energy some money and all of this into building a product like that, right? Building an app and a website, that is Zoom. Will people actually use it? That is my research. Finding out more about a particular thing. I want to know if people will actually buy it. That is what I want to do, right? So in this scenario, Zoom would go take a sample size of, let's say, sample size as in they're researching, they're interacting with 1,000 people or 10,000 people or more based on the resources that they initially have, right? So they will be interacting, they will be taking the market survey where they're asking a bunch of questions, seeing if people will or universities will buy a product like this so that their students, so that their teachers, and so that everybody associated with that organization can smoothen their academics process, right? Throughout end to end again. So here, what we are talking about is research wherein it provides enough about whether it will be bought by people. Because in a business, ultimately, money comes from the consumer, money comes from the customer or the client, right? So whichever way you want to put it, the customer should like it. It shouldn't be a great technical product for it to sell. It has to be a product that is liked by the consumers, that is liked by the potential customers or leads. If the leads like it, that is when they become customers and buy it, right? So our research will be based on whether people will actually like it. How will people like it? Oh, black color is not something that had worked in the past for many companies. So let's not use black color. Let's go with some other monochrome or some other theme. And then that is one of the things that can come out, right? So maybe Zoom is very comfortable for us to use because it has a white background and just simple colors of blue. This is one of the things that they might have gotten as a conclusion from their initial market research, right? So that is one of the things that's very, very important. Research includes what are the industry trends. In telecommunication industry, what are the trends? If I have an idea of building a particular product, is it already existing in the market? Is there already somebody building it? Do they have more resources than what I have? Starting off today, these are a couple of things that you have to keep in mind, right? These are again a part of research. You need to understand what are the development resources you require, part of your research. If I want to start off, if I want to make a software product, such as Google Meet or such as WhatsApp, right? This is a software product. So in this case, do I have the money to buy more resources? That is, say, a software developer. Nobody works for free, right? So we need to have the money to get more people into it, get more, books and all of this required as a part of building the product. Do we have it? So our research will also include how much behind are we? How much money, how much budget do we have to achieve that goal of the minimum viable product? Initially, what we have is a prototype. What is a prototype? Anybody aware of what this term prototype is? If you do, you can tell me. I'll pause for a minute. If not, I will tell you. Yeah, what is it? Pranava.
Sir, it is a model which we do not like an actual model, but just a experiment model, sir.
Good, great.
So instead of using expensive metals, expensive things to build it, we are just going to be doing it like we can say for simple things. We can build it in a chartboard, and then we can show it so that they can get a basic understanding of what the model will look like and how the model works and so on, and they can further decide whether it will be profitable or not in the basis of my business or something like that.
Very good, Pranava. Impressed. Great. The first product which is upgraded afterwards. Yes, a prototype is something that, oh, I have in my mind. I have an idea in my mind, but how will I let you all know, right? How can I tell you all what's on my mind? So for that, what we do is, yes, an early version of a product. We make a mock product to say that this is what I'm thinking about. So if mouse, this has everything inside. This has the board, this is a working mouse. But what I'll do as a prototype is just have the plastic part to say how it's going to look and what the idea is going to be like. The prototype doesn't have to be included with all components, and it doesn't have to be working initially, right? So we have a prototype, initial prototype, and then we can develop it further to a working prototype. And that working prototype goes ahead with manufacturing challenges. And then further, we'll be having, yes, experimental model of any product which can further be upgraded. Great. Again, right. So as a part of research, one of the things that we have to know is competition and competitor analysis, by which I mean how many people are in how many companies in the telecommunication industry have already done something similar to what I'm thinking to do. When Zoom was coming up, Zoom already came up. Teams later was coming up. So they had to build something which they have competition of Zoom already, right? Zoom is already famous. So how did Teams make it different? They had the competitor analysis. They said it's not just going to be about a webinar. It's not just going to be about a video to video discussion, platform, but it will also have an integration of chat, an integration of making groups of teams so that it's easier for corporates and it's easier for academic organizations to use up. And then it also included the integration with email, right? You have Outlook email as an integration, right? So this is all a part of what competitor analysis can do. Competitor analysis will help you understand how to make things different for your product so that in the market, it stands a better chance of selling. Okay, great. So next, once you have a working prototype, what you will do is check for validation, validate it, right? You're testing it. You're testing if it's perfectly working, if your initial idea and the final prototype are the same, right? What I've thought of and what we are trying to, what we have achieved now as a physical product, are they the same? Great. Did this come out much better than what I initially thought of? Much better, even great, right? So that is again one of these things that are great. Works perfect. So again, let's come back to analyzing for the telecommunication product. There are already a lot existing. So define your target audience perfectly. Learn to define your target audience. Why is that important? For all of you who said that you're interested in business, something that you might heard of, a management term, is marketing and sales and business development, right? These are some things that you will do to sell a product, right? So for marketing, the new age marketing includes, for example, digital marketing or any digital automation tools that are available online, for example, Zapier and etc., have an option of defining your own audience, right? You can tell these automation platforms, which are again in the telecommunication industry, which in few minutes I will be discussing them in detail. I will be telling you, right? I will be telling you how far we have gotten in the telecommunication industry when we talk about different products and businesses in the existing market, right? So we will discuss that. However, the target market again, right? Who are your target audience? Defining them for any digital automation platform is very, very, very important. You should know how to. There are, let's say, 1 billion people are in the circle in one country, right? In that country, I only want to know how many people are really interested in my product. Not everybody will buy the same product, right? I might buy Tupperware water bottle, somebody else will buy Milton. So for me to understand how many people will actually buy my product, I need to know, I need to tell computer, the softwares, how to redirect the whole population into how many people who are actually interested, right? So whole population boiled down to how many people are actually interested. This is how, this is one of the ways we will define our audiences so that our marketing sales processes are automated. We don't have to have an employee to help. It is all automated, right? So that is one of the things. Next, to always continuously research on customer needs. You might be seeing that Instagram, all of you use Instagram, I assume. If not, good job, very good. But if you are using, you might know that every 1 year or every 6 months, there is a new update. You can update your Instagram. Initially, stories wasn't there. Stories came. And then liking a story wasn't there. Liking a story came. Collaborative posts weren't there. Collaborative posts came. All of these things are updates that this Instagram comes up with. Why is it important for Instagram to update itself? Not just Instagram, any business, any product, any service. Why is it important for an upgrade, right? Why do you have to update yourself regularly? Because in this fast changing world, every other day, a customer, a potential consumer needs something new, dreams of something new, right? Understanding their customer needs, making them easy, making customer experience easy, right? So if one thing, let's talk about Zoom, because we are on Zoom right now. How did customer need and customer experience how is it addressed on Zoom platform? See, if say Lokeshwaran, Navina, or Pranava, one of you have to put up your want to give an expression, right? And you don't want to turn your camera on, then how will I know what expression you want to choose? How do you know? How do I know how you feel if you don't want to unmute and show your face, right? For that, Zoom understood that people will be uncomfortable at their house to, unmute and talk. So customer needs are addressed to by two things, right? One being the chat option, and two, the reaction. Yes, thank you, Lokeshwaran. See, he couldn't show me his face, but what he chose to do is its customer is satisfied, right? Lokeshwaran wanted to show an expression, and he could do it through the reactions that Zoom has provided, right? Great. Thank you for making the webinar interesting with the expression. However, next thing is the competitive landscape that I have addressed earlier. If there are two products, there are two kinds of businesses, right? We call one monopoly, and the other otherwise the regular business. So a monopoly is something that Google is a monopoly. There is nothing competing Google. Google has crossed all limits of what a business can achieve, right? So Google has no competition as such. It is a major shareholder in its search engine industry. So right, that put aside, we have something like Tupperware, the water bottle company. It's not the only one selling water bottles, so it's a regular business. So do you want to be a monopoly, or do you want to be a business in general, right? A business in general will have competition. In that case, what happens if somebody is having a particular feature in one company, the other is improving the features, then people will obviously go with the other company with better features, right? Nobody will come to this company. So how do I make this better? Always understand the competitors, analyze what they're up to, and always have a research and development team for telecommunications wherein the consumer experience is made further better, right? That is again very, very important. Coming to the next thing, before starting a business, right? Again, like I said, when we talk about business, it is about making money. It's not, the main purpose is to, oh, I have a great business idea, I've built a great product, but how do I make great money? Great money is the ultimate goal if you want to start a business, right? You don't want to put in all the efforts for something that will fail in the future. So for that, something that we do is financial projections. Okay, so what are financial projections? Is anybody aware with the term financial projection? If you are, please share your thoughts. If not, I will speak about it. But if you do, please raise your hand. Okay, great. I will let you all know. Financial projection is okay. So if I launch my product today, the May 17th, right? 17th of May, I'm launching my product. How much money will I make by December of this year? Or how much money will I make by December of next year? 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, right? So will I sustain as a business? So what we'll do is we will analyze with market research, we know how many people we can expect to buy our product. So we also know, oh, so if, because calculations become easy, let's go with a sample size of 10. If 10 people buy my product, and if the profit margin is 2 rupees per product, I will make 20 rupees per month, right? 10 people per month are buying my product. 20 rupees per month. After all my operational costs, after paying my employees, all the direct and indirect expenses gone, I will have my profitability left. And is that profitable margin, is that enough for sustaining in the company? Sustaining the company, right? Is it enough for the sustainability? First comes sustainability. I have to make a product, I have to sustain, I have to run for some time. And then comes scalability. Oh, so now that our business is constantly going well, let's release a new feature so that we will upscale. So sustainability of a business, then comes scalability. So whenever Instagram is launching a feature, it will wait for people to adjust to that feature and then will release the next update. Same goes with Apple iOS, right? What it does is it is releasing a new update and then waits for a year, waits for 2, releases the next update, where people are comfortable almost yet getting bored of the current available features. And then the new colors and new themes and new everything, all the software that is updated adds up to greater customer experience. So hence scalability again, as the consumers, yes, as the consumers have adjusted to the new feature, again, a new update has to be released. The consumer current market trends are very important to understand and to be implemented. Yes, that is one thing that is very important. When we talk about financial projections, again, we should do, everybody who's aiming to do business, right? Make sure you have this in your mind. There are 3 financial projections that you do. So for a chatbot, something like Telegram, you want to launch, have 3 projections. One is optimistic, the other realistic, and then the pessimistic. Remember, optimistic is, oh, all 10 people that I approach will buy my product. All 10 people will buy. Then great, 20 rupees is my profitability per month and I'll run great. I'm going to make great money. That is optimistic if everybody buys. Realistic is, okay, these many people might be interested in this product. So let's say only 7 people might buy my product. So only 14 rupees is my profitability per month. So, okay, will I sustain? That is realistic. Pessimistic is, oh, what if the market is down? What if there is recession? In that case, how will I sustain? Right? How will I make enough money to sustain? That is your pessimistic projection. Only 3 people or only 2 people will buy out of the 10 people I approach. So 2 into 2 is a profitability of 2. So only 4 rupees I make as a monthly profit. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Right? If not, if I should not reach that pessimistic zone, how do I get the company, how do I work on the challenges that do not drag me down with my product or do not drag my company down? So that is very important. Now, again, these 3 projections, the optimistic projection is for the world. Nobody should know that the company is facing any challenges. So this optimism is for the world. So you go ahead and tell everyone that the revenue projection is this high, we have gotten this funding and all of that. The personal branding, the business branding, the product branding has to be done properly, wherein people believe and trust the product and the idea, right? Now, that is one of the things. Now, realistic is for the employees. The people I work with should know what is really up with the revenue. They deserve to know, right? So realistic is for the team, but pessimistic is for the core team, the board members, the stakeholders, and the founder. In this very, in this pessimistic projection, that helps the founders, stakeholders know how much to invest, what kind of challenges are there, and how do we tackle them. So all the decision makers, it is very important they look at things not in a high note, but in a pessimistic note, right? So that, and then one of the other things before launch to keep in mind is the marketing plan. So make a marketing playbook. How many for the next 50 days from launch? How do I do it? How do I how do I market my product? How do I increase the sales of the product? How do I make sure more people just visit my platform, or more people just look at the picture? If I'm selling a physical product relevant to telecommunications on Amazon, so it is important that people at least go to the Amazon website. That will be the landing page, right? You want more people to land on that page which has your product. So that is what you'll market. You'll market the link. You'll put that link to your product on WhatsApp groups, the digital marketing, which I will be discussing in a minute, and how telecommunication has changed the world for the corporates and startups which are starting off, right? Let's have that discussion in a minute. However, for marketing and sales, understand what is your best fit, right? Understand what your competitors, if there are any already in the market, what are they doing with their marketing strategies, and look at their campaigns, understand how they are, and build on them. You don't have to start from scratch. Build on what is already available in the market. Same goes with when you're building the technical product, right? When you're doing something with telecommunications, when you're trying to build something for easing the consumer experience, when they have to have communication from point A to point B. Communication can be video, audio, chat, anything, right? Even encryption, decryption, anything confidential, anything that you're going to do. So all of that has to be right. All of that has to be planned. Depending on what kind of product you want to launch, you need to plan your the way you want to market it. That is again very important. So marketing is done for two things. Keep that in mind. One is for branding. I want more people to know about the product. So that is what all these Colgate, Lux, Santur, all these brands do, right? It's not like I look at a Santur ad and I'm going and grabbing one Santur soap. But whenever I see a Santur ad, it's refreshing my memory that, oh, this soap exists in the market. So that's how I know that when I'm going to the shop, branding in my head. So I've watched enough. So one way of achieving marketing goals is through establishing proper branding for the product or the business. The other way of doing it, however, is to provoke sales. How do you do that? You make sure through marketing, you gather the number of people who are interested to buy your product, right? And then those interested people, you give it to the sales team. What sales guys do is they will call them. You know how credit card, once they have a lead, credit card company calls and pitches the idea of how their company, their service is different from the others that are there. You might, all of us plus 18, right? All of us might be getting these regular, so take a credit card, debit card, and all of these services, these pitches. So that is what sales guys do. Marketing team is gathering the leads, generating the leads, so that these Yeah, so that the sales team will further push these leads to buy the product or use our product, right? So these are two things. Again, if you, how many of you have an idea for a technical product that you want to make, not for business, but you have an idea and you want to build something? If you have an idea you want to work on, I won't ask you what idea it is, you can keep that as a secret. Just raise your hand, because my next discussion is towards you guys. Yes, Hitarthi, great. Anyone else? You want to build something, you've identified a problem, or you've identified that, oh, great, Shivam Shankar, great, amazing. Are there more? Are there more engineers wanting to build something for a better experience for the world? How many of you want to change the world with your technical knowledge into implementation? Awesome, great. So if you want to build your product, right, in the telecommunication industry, I will tell you, because this discussion is, oh, great, Mohan and Divya, amazing. Yes, so since this is relevant to the telecommunication industry, I will be addressing few things that you have to keep in mind, which are very important in this sector. One, for any product that you want to sell, which includes people's interaction in a way that they have to share their personal contact. It's not anonymous, but for WhatsApp, I need to give the number. For Instagram, Facebook, I have to give my number or my email, right? Email ID. These are personal data that I will be sharing to create an account on these platforms. In that case, keep in mind that data privacy has to be followed. You need to keep in mind that any telecommunication law in that country that has already been, all these laws have to be kept in mind before you build the product. You can't just make something without understanding data privacy, because this is very important. Any message that I share with, say, Pranava or Naveed, I have to keep in mind that my message, if I'm sharing it to one person, the others shouldn't read it. So it has to be end-to-end encrypted. Exactly what WhatsApp has done. Exactly what Insta, Facebook are advised to do by the US government and is working on it, right? So that is, again, something that you need to keep in mind. Again, compliance with the laws that are relevant to that particular country you're launching the product in. So laws and regulations have to be followed. And another beautiful thing with any product in general is, if you are building something different, keep in mind the idea of having or applying for your intellectual property rights early, as you have your final prototype ready. Make sure you know that it's working and it's an idea that I don't want somebody else to monetize on. So immediately have your patenting, have your intellectual property rights registered, right? Apply for it immediately. It will take time. However, make sure your set of legalities, which are very important for this industry, because this is, again, very booming, right? So you don't want to take risk with the legalities in something like this, where the market is very huge in general, right? So again, for the ones who want to build something technical, want to make something for the world, right? Make something for the people to use. In that case, if you have an idea, if you're building, if you're happy with the technicality of what you've achieved, the next thing that you might want to do is to make it a business. So one prototype you could fund yourself. Great, amazing. You've done a great job by building it in. But what if I want to give it to 100 people? I don't have the money. What do I do? Right? Production cost, I don't have. I can't have more employees working. Only me alone, if I have to make 100 products, it might take 1 year. But if 30 people join, it'll take much lesser. I might do it in 1 month, right? All of this kept in mind. Money might become a hindering factor, for your progress. How do you tackle it? Funding. With the whole Shark Tank craze, you know what funding is in one way, right? But funding can be done in many ways. One, you can fund yourself with your own money, which is bootstrapping, right? You can do you can go with angel investing. You can go with small business lending. You can go with equity, wherein you're giving out a part of your registered company to the investment firm and getting money in return for it. So as the company grows, whatever they've sold, whatever they've bought the shares for, will also increase or decrease with the performance of the company and the product. How you monetize will decide how much the investors will make. But yes, for funding, you have a great but again, since all of you are students, one thing that I will tell you is, if you have a business idea as a student, you have way more opportunities than adults do. For student founders, there are a lot of grants. For grant, you don't have to promise any equity in return. It's a complete grant. So before you want to go for funding, understand this. You have to define your objectives. You can't just go, oh, I have an idea, I want money. No, you're going to say, I have an idea. I have to do step 1, step 2, step 3. My objectives are to achieve step 1, step 2, step 3, and I will do it. For doing so, for step 1, I need 2 lakhs for, say, material procurement. For raw materials that I need to procure to make my product, I need 2 lakhs. For employment and other expenses, say rent and office space and machinery to buy them, you need 3 lakh rupees. And something like this. So you define your objectives, you define what your milestones are going to be with the funding, and then go for a pitch, right? So you have to have the clarity which comes with market research and your technical research, so that you have both budgeting and costing ready to pitch to an investor. One more thing to keep in mind in your funding area would be to understand that if it's, say, an 8 lakh fund or a 20 lakh fund or a fund hopefully much bigger, because your idea is worth it, right? So in that case, remember that the business consultation or business travel or contingency percentages are not always are not going to be flexible. You will have a percentage defined by the firm. So business travel can only be up to 10%. So you can't plan to show more expenses in a certain way as business expenses or business travel or whatever. Contingency, if in case you don't know what it means, it's plan B. What if this thing doesn't work? I should still make money, right? So how do I make money if plan A fails with plan B? So for implementation of plan B, in case plan A doesn't give satisfactory results, is going to be my it is going to be my contingency plan. And again, depending on the firm, it will be 10%, 5%, 15%. So when you're budgeting, keep in mind how the firm is actually providing you with the funds. And one more thing to remember is not all funds are realized at once. So if there are 3 milestones, only when milestone 1 is achieved will you get the second round of funding. Even if it's a grant, right? Nobody gives, if it's a 20 lakh grant, you won't get 20 lakhs right in just like one day. You will be given 3 lakh rupees, 8 lakh rupees, 6 lakh, or whatever the split is, depending on what kind of objectives, timeline that you've initially provided. The last section, after that, I will have an interactive session. Anybody who has doubts, anybody who has an idea and want to talk more about it, do stay back, right? So I will be discussing a case study, which is WhatsApp for Facebook and Instagram. If you have seen, all these things have now it says Meta. Whenever I open, it says by Meta. WhatsApp by Meta, Facebook by Meta, Insta, right? All of you might have observed. So this thing, what you might have observed is Meta is an integration of all these very, very, very popular websites. So why have they integrated, and how is that changing the telecommunication industries? So for business and marketing, if I have to tell 10,000 people about my product, I've built this mouse, I have to tell 10,000 people about this mouse. How much time will it take? I'll go say, talk about the mouse, first person, second person. Oh, you're not free? Fine. I'll go to the third person, come back to the second person to talk about it. All of this is, I should understand so much about their personal lives and timings. I should understand about my product. I should make them understand about my product. So much time consuming a process that it is. So instead, what Meta has done is it has made one targeted marketing easy. That is, who is actually interested will be shown the ad. And initially, it was not like that. Initially, Instagram, in fact, Facebook, when it was started with just 30 people in Harvard University, just for internal communication purposes. When that worked, that's when they expanded. So from that group, they've expanded to all over the world. And from now that they have contacts from all over the world, they said, we can't grow anymore with acquiring people. Making money from acquiring people is not happening because we have become so big. So now we have to make sure this network, these existing audiences need to be monetized on, right? That's when Meta came up with the digital marketing and other marketing strategies, where Meta knows all the interests of people. So whenever I say specs, people who are interested in specs, it will show all the people who have recently searched for specs. And now I can choose, do I want to send it to 5 people, 10,000 people, or 1 lakh people, 10 crore people, depending on how many people Meta suggested, I will be sending my ads there. So initially it was just for chatting, and then it was for putting a picture out, validation. And then slowly it grew to something that is favoring businesses. So please do not think in the telecommunication space, growth is limited. It is not at all. Because wherever you can get more people together, the cost of delivery is low. Which is, cost of delivery is low. Only on Wi-Fi you're sending messages and people are constantly using. I have checked my phone 346 times today. So that's because easy. Nobody's taking money from me if I want to, simply drop a text to my friend. That's why I do this. And another case study would be for digital automations to automate processes, right? So that again, WhatsApp marketing. If I give 100 I don't have to go, oh hi, blah 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 blah. You can visit me. There is a new store opening. You can visit us at this. That one message, if I have to send it to 100 people, again I have to copy that message, paste it, type that number, send. Repeating. It's time taking. What digital automations have done in the telecommunication industry is make sure that they're monetizing on people using the product effectively, but not with their physical presence. What do I mean by this? If I have to send 100 messages to 100 different people, I have to just upload their phone numbers on the WhatsApp API, and WhatsApp will send it automatically to those websites. Will be sending it to those contacts. So this is how automations have again increased the use of a product that is in those telecom space. That's it from me, guys. I hope you understood how development can come from building a product in the technical space for in the telecommunication industry to making money out of it. If you have a skill to make something great, why not push it further, put that extra efforts to make money out of it, right? So yes, this is for when we talk about development, which is the theme, enhancing development. In that case, I thought this is a very good topic to discuss about with all our young individuals, empowering the entrepreneurial, you know, entrepreneurial drive in young individuals and college students who as elders say are the future of the country, right? So right, so I hope this session was interactive enough and it was informative enough. Before signing off, we can, anybody who has doubts can please let me know, can unmute, um, can raise their hand rather, and I'll call out your name. We can have any doubts. I will address all of them. Also, I have founded a service platform which supports entrepreneurial development. Anybody who has ideas, who needs support, you're a student and you require support for developing your platform, for developing a product, or to have a marketing plan, to have a business plan made, please do reach out. I will definitely help all of you out. Anybody with an idea, anybody with a requirement of guidance from somebody like me. I have worked with more than 15 companies in the past, and currently working as a marketing director for an e-commerce platform named Postic.com. Do check out my Instagram and LinkedIn profiles. On LinkedIn, I will be posting, or both on Instagram and LinkedIn, I will be posting internships regularly. So anybody who's interested to work with me on an internship, you can also stay in touch, do apply, and we can take that forward. I'm open to discussion, guys. Anybody with a doubt or anything, please raise your hand. Anybody who wants to discuss something. If not, I would welcome the host back. But yes, if any doubts, please, you can raise your hand.
Raghuram,
Yeah.
this is Swami from, I'm speaking from Turkey.
Okay. Hello.
Okay, nice to meet you. And
Yes,
you're
thank
giving a good presentation, but you are taking your own individual development of these activities.
This
You
activity.
are the like a monopoly. You are himself doing it like that. I was asking.
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat? I couldn't.
You are doing, you are alone because you have any team of developing the skills and all, or
Yes. One of the things that I do is RA services, which is my full-time, what we are focusing to develop. And yeah, I do have a team, sir. We are
Okay.
working together to cater to the clients. Yes, there is manpower. And we are
right
planning.
now you are doing any project based or assignment based anything you already developed in Chennai?
In Chennai, I'm working with two startups from the Chennai. One that I've recently mentioned is Postic.com, and the other being Wifer Tech, which is in the special autism that's developing a VR kit for autism kids, which is a great
Okay.
product soon to be launched, which is again
Okay.
Tamil Nadu registered, but working from Vellore.
Vellore. So
Yeah.
you are basically you are from VIT Vellore. You are basically from.
I'm currently in Krishnagiri, sir, for work.
Uh-huh.
But yes, VIT, I'm from VIT. I'm in my 4th year. So yes.
Okay. Can you little? I don't want to take much time of yours.
No
Can
problem.
you brief about the autism related? Because I'm related to autism research. That's why I was interested to know that.
Oh, okay, definitely, sir. So the autism, so one problem that autistic kids generally face, or as a parent of an autistic child, the parent wouldn't be very comfortable sending that child to cross the road to learn, have those normal experiences, because generally parents are scared. So instead of them losing on these very important experiences of going to a library, picking a book up, going to a zoo, watching animals, what this VR kit does is it makes that experience much more easier for anybody, any training space, anybody who's training autistic children. They can buy this product, help those children walk through, understand how walking through these roads, or going to a gym, or all of these experiences? How does it look, so that they are comfortable learning about it, and in a real setup, they're more comfortable, and they normalize having having something like that built. They won't feel the first time fear anymore with the training that this provides. And it's not just about situational learning, but also anything with and we have made it very light and comfortable for autistic children, so that they're patient enough to wear it and enjoy the experience. So that is the idea of the product. Name of the product is Halara, the company's Wi-Fi tech.
Because I want to know the detail about that, because now presently I am the research scholar in Bharadasan University for the autism skill. I am doing my second doctorate in autism.
Okay.
In social work domain.
So
So that's why I was keen to interest to know that what is development you made it. Have you approached any autism schools regarding this your product?
There is a PRO team which is doing it. There is a tie-up with one in Chennai. I'm a I have a small doubt about the name of the organization. Sir, if it's okay, can we connect post this meeting?
Yes, sure. Because I want to get in touch with you. That's why.
Yes,
I will
sir,
share my email ID and this thing, and maybe chat box. I'll give that my email ID. It's not a problem.
Sure, sir. Sure. I will reach out to you.
Yes, because we can talk, because this is not a correct domain to speak in detail, because you have given an excellent presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Just I want to thank that. Once I come to know that you already involved in this, just I want to know brief about this. This is my personal email ID. I just chatted in the chat box.
I will reach out to you, sir.
Yes. I want to know your mail ID.
Yes, I will.
Hope others are not mistaken. I'm taking more time off me.
Not an issue, sir. Just
even later also you can just ping with that, so that I can interact more about this related.
Yes, sir.
Because I am making my research on Chennai autism schools only. Because I am making more schools, around 35 to 40 schools I already visited in Chennai, autism school especially. For my research work. Maybe I can support somehow for your product also in later.
Definitely,
that's
sir.
why I was just.
We will discuss our organization's developments, and we will see how we can support each other. And for this cause, sir, we have a team which is working day and night to make progress and change lives for autistic children. So it's great interacting with you, sir. Looking forward to meeting with you.
Okay. Thanks for your wonderful presentation, and thanks for the organizer, Mr. Dr. Balamurugan and Ramesh also in this thing. I want to thank personally to them also. Thank you very much. Thank you, Raghuram.
Yes,
thank you.
Sir,
nice.
thank you.
Nice.
It's our pleasure, sir. So thank you so much for your interaction, sir.
Yes, Balamurugan. How are you? After a long time.
It's a great surprise for me to be there. So great, sir. Thank you, sir. So
Thank you.
Raju Ram is connected with me, sir. So I'll share his number and contact. We will when he comes down to Chennai, so we can just connect with him, sir. Not an issue.
Because I'm in Turkey, Bala.
Okay.
Already I addressed to Ramesh also this issue. Because I'm now moved to Turkey for working atmosphere. I'm just past 1.5 years. I'm here only.
Great, sir. Then we'll connect through the media, whatever.
Yes, exactly. Sure, thank you, Bala. Thank you.
Hari, if there is any doubts, we can clarify. So,
yeah, 1 minute, sir. I will thank the speaker, and some of the India student chapters are interested to deliver the speech, sir.
Okay, then please proceed.
Thank you, Raghuram, sir, for your wonderful speech and interactive session with us. Before moving to the next, let me have a short introduction of our speaker. Thiru Raghuram is a student at the Vellore Institute of Technology, pursuing his bachelor's in mechanical engineering. He has experience in the field of business development, marketing, and tutoring. He is the vice chairperson of the board for the academic year 2021 to 2022 at Bulls and Bears VIT. Currently, he is working as an online educator and ED tech startup INCS India. And he is founder at RA Services, who is inspired us with his talent in electronic and communication. Being a mechanical engineer, encouraging many startups at younger age itself. Thank you, sir, for your presence in this meeting.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Great interacting with all of you. Anybody, anytime you want to drop a message, you have a startup coming up, you want to interact, you want to build something, you want to have some professional interactions, please do reach out. My name, you can Google it, or you can, it's the same on my LinkedIn and Instagram as well. So do reach out. We will reconnect. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It was an exploding session that you have connected in the telecommunication day. So that's the vision of this telecommunication. That's what been portrayed today. So like when people are reaching out with the different companies, paying too much of amount, thinking that they would be getting greater knowledge, but they end up with nothing. But now with the telecommunication network, even the common people, like the people connected who are here are students of different universities, and especially the people are from different engineering divisions. They could have now understood how simple it could be to start up a company and how to go about with a business. So it was a great thing that your simpler words and the connectivity, the examples, whatever you are given is excellent, and people who are so interactive. Thankful to all the students and professors and professionals who are connected today, and especially Raghu, so who is an youngster, who is a model, and he has portrayed it in a different way. So thank you, Raghu. So we'll stay connected. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir, before that, some MJ student chapters are interested to start their thoughts.
With you. Yeah, IEA Tiruvallur Local Center is also taking up the pride connecting such people. So it's a great inspiration for us too. So the next session, I think that another student who is connected with us may be presenting his own idea of startup. So on that day, Raghu would be called up for cheering up the students. Thank you, Raghu. Thank you. Hari, you can give a thank note and you can close up. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Hari.
Sorry, sir.
You can close up. You can close up saying a thanking note. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thanks everyone for joining this meeting.
You can close the live session. Raghu, we'll stay connected.
MGR student chapter or members are interested to share their thoughts.
Yeah, okay then. So you please proceed. Okay.
Yes, sir. Pranav Kumar,
Yes, bro.
you can share your thoughts on specialty. Turn on your camera, please.
One minute, bro. It is not turning on. Unable to access camera.
Okay, you can proceed.
Okay, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Pranav Kumar, a first-year student pursuing a bachelor's degree in information technology at Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. Today, I stand before you to shed light on a topic of utmost importance, empowering the least developed countries through information and communication technologies, ICTs. ICTs have become an integral part of our lives, revolutionizing the way we communicate, access information, and conduct business. However, we must not forget that there are still many countries around the world that lag behind in terms of development and access to technology. These countries, known as the least developed countries, LDCs, face numerous challenges such as poverty, limited infrastructure, and lack of resources. So, why is it crucial to empower these LDCs through ICTs? Let me share with you some statistical studies and surveys that highlights the transformative potential of technology in these countries. According to the United Nations, out of the 47 LDCs, only 17% of the population has access to the internet, compared to the global average of 53%. This digital divide hampers their ability to participate in the global economy. The World Bank estimates that increasing internet access in LDCs by just 10% could contribute to a 1.4% increase in economic growth. This demonstrates the direct correlation between technology access and economic development. A study conducted by the International Telecommunication Union (ITU) found that a 10% increase in mobile broadband penetration in LDCs could result in a 2.5 increase in GDP growth. Additionally, the World Health Organization (WHO) states that ICTs can play a vital role in improving healthcare in LDCs, enabling telemedicine, disease surveillance, and access to medical information in remote areas. It is evident that ICTs have the power to bridge the development gap and transform the lives of people in LDCs. So, what can we do to empower these countries? Firstly, governments, international organizations, and private sectors entities must collaborate to invest in infrastructural development, including the expansion of internet connectivity and the establishment of reliable electricity supply. Secondly, educational initiatives should be implemented to enhance digital literacy and provide training programs to empower individuals with the skills necessary to leverage technology effectively. Lastly, efforts should be made to promote entrepreneurship and innovation in LDCs, fostering an environment that encourages the development of local technology solutions tailored to their specific needs. In conclusion, empowering the least developed countries through ICTs is not just a matter of bridging the digital divide, but a crucial step towards sustainable development and inclusive growth. By investing in technology, improving infrastructure, and fostering digital literacy, we can unlock the vast potential that lies within these countries, paving the way for a brighter future for all. Thank you for your attention, and let us work together to ensure that no country is left behind in the digital era. Thank you all.
Now I will call upon Lakshmi to deliver her vote of thanks. Thank you, Samina. Good evening, everyone. It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful event on behalf of the organization. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Mr. Thiru Raghuram Alamuri, sir. Thank you, sir. A wide round of applause and thanks to all the participants who made the event a memorable one. Finally, I would like to thank you all present here for making the time to be with us today and helping us to make this event a very grand success. Thank you, one and all.
Certificate link is posted in the text box. Please fill it.
Thank you, Hari. So I'm also thankful to this guy who has prepared a data statistics. I don't think that will be an easy job, but good presentation. I want that guy to be present by 20th. Hari, make sure that he is coming up. You can also make sure that another person is girl child is also ready with this, such information. So like the Thanksgiving girl can also present such information on state center on the day. So would that be a tough job, or it would be very much easier for you people to come up there?
Okay, sir.
Ask those guy to come up with the days to be presented in state center. Okay, then by 20th, I welcome all the people to be present there, because there is a greater avenue for the telecommunication day to be celebrated in Tamil Nadu State Center, which resides in Chivananda Salai near television stations. Hope all are welcome for it, and hope all you know the venue. Hari would be guiding you on 20th. It starts by 5 o'clock. I wish all the people to come over there by 4:30 to 5 o'clock itself. Okay, we'll be starting early by 5 o'clock. Thank you, Hari. Thank you, team, for a wonderful program. Thank you.